What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some cannon gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about assault rifle and pistol changes coming in the Eternal Conflict mid-season update. Let's head over, let's talk about it. So here we have the pistol and assault rifle changes. As you can see here with the pistols, the executioner is getting the base accuracy increase. So it's returning some of the accuracy to the heavy pistol so that players can land more shots at range. Also, the Spitfire is being adjusted. So while still popular in both use rate and win rate, the Spitfire is getting some improvements to its range and damage fall-offs, getting a third threshold to have a better gradient on the ranges. So the damage fall-off thresholds have been increased from 7 to 14 meters to 9, 17, and 20 meters, and the fall off for those damages have been adjusted to 80%, 55%, and 30%. So I think that the Spitfire is still going to be really good after this, and of course the Executioner getting a damage buff in the last update is going to make it more of a viable pistol. And I've seen a lot of people running it already, even though they adjusted the accuracy of it a little bit. It's just interesting that they didn't bring those damage values down whenever they returned some of the accuracy back to the weapon. I think that that might be a better way to balance everything. Like, if you want heavier hitting weapons, then you're going to have to sacrifice accuracy and use more skill. If you want lighter hitting weapons that are more accurate, then the damage should compensate. Like, you should be able to see that play out in real time. But that's just where I am with it. So assault rifles globally are going to have their accuracy tuned to favor ADS more than hipfire. This is to fit more to their identity of being larger weapons and to give a better place for SMGs to have their strengths in close quarters engagements. Keep in mind the net accuracy base plus ADS is the same. Hip firing was nerfed, but ADS was buffed. So for the HRM 30K, which we've already got some of these changes for the HRM 30K in the last update, but what they are doing here is the movement accuracy penalty has been reduced from 0.02 to 0.005, and the mag upgrade for the weapon has been increased from 25 up to 30 for the Hydra. Now this is what I am excited about. Hipfire accuracy has been reduced, ADS accuracy has been increased, movement accuracy penalty has been added at 0.01, accuracy loss per shot has been decreased, max accuracy loss has been increased, accuracy return rate has been decreased, the fire rate has been reduced from 5.5 to 5, and the upgraded mag size reduced from 40 down to 30. For the KA-30, the hipfire accuracy has been reduced, but the ADS accuracy has been increased. For the Mark IV, the hipfire accuracy has been reduced, but the ADS accuracy has been increased. For the Nightshade, the ADS accuracy has been decreased. The jump accuracy penalty reduced from -0.09 to -0.07. The first damage fall off buffed from 75 to 85%, and the damage fall off range is adjusted from 13 to 26 meters up to 13, 23, and 31 meters. For the Riptide, the hipfire accuracy has been reduced, but the ADS accuracy has been increased. And for the Sahara, the hipfire accuracy has been slightly buffed and the ADS accuracy has been slightly reduced. So I think it's very interesting that we are seeing some of the identities start to take hold right here. The HRM 30K felt really, really good still after all of the initial changes that happened to that weapon. I do think that, like, with you moving slower in reality whenever you're using the weapon, it should allow you to be a little bit more accurate with the weapon. Like, that's a trade-off, right? If you're running at full sprint and then you are running and trying to aim at someone, you're going to be having a harder time at shooting them in real life, as opposed to in this, like, making it slower moving whenever, like, you can feel the weight of the weapon. Then that in my opinion, should add to some of the accuracy to it, because you are going to be moving slower. You're going to be more patient. You're going to be more aware of what's going on. With the Hydra, it's amazing that they didn't adjust any of the damage values here. So their write-up says the Hydra is running very strong in the ecosystem, coupled with an overly generous mag size, high damage, and a moderate fire rate. It's currently overrepresented, and its win rate is trending beyond acceptable thresholds. Therefore, in addition to the identity adjustments, we are bringing down the fire rate and upgraded mag size. Like I said, it's amazing that they didn't touch any of the damage values for this. If you're going to be reducing the fire rate from 5.5 to 5, that is a very, very, very huge adjustment to that weapon. It already fires very slowly, but this is going to make it fire that much more slowly. And so it's basically going to make the TTK drop for the weapon drop down a bit, but you are still going to be able to get those high damage numbers whenever you hit headshots and things like that. The hipfire accuracy being reduced makes sense, and that's honestly, it shouldn't have any hipfire accuracy whatsoever with the weapon. Like, it's basically a light machine gun at that point. It's like a light machine gun that's been retrofitted as an assault rifle, and in my opinion, like, the hipfire for that, especially with the random headshots that you can hit with it, makes it a very powerful and impressive weapon. But with them reducing the fire rate and them, you know, reducing the hipfire accuracy, it may put it in a better spot, and it may be better to play around. I don't know. That's just where my opinion on it is, but it is interesting how they change things. So the ADS accuracy for the weapon has been increased. They did add a movement penalty for it, but the accuracy loss per shot has been decreased, and the max accuracy loss has been increased. And the accuracy return rate has been decreased. So basically what they're turning the Hydra into is like the DMR of the assault rifles, right? It's supposed to be something that has a slower fire rate, that hits a little bit harder, something that you can't really run and gun with, something that you're going to be very accurate at ranges, and you're going to be able to maintain that accuracy at ranges, and you're going to be able to like take your pop shots. And basically the Hydra, in my opinion, even though it's a fully automatic weapon, may be better to use it as a DMR to where, you know, you can kind of take pop shots with it. And I wouldn't mind the idea of having the Hydra be like the only assault rifle that has a toggleable fire rate on it, right? Like, and even if you have to go into the menu and adjust this, and it's not something that's adjusted on the fly, it would be really cool if I could change the Hydra from a fully automatic weapon to a single shot weapon. I think that would be crazy. It would open the door up for a lot of the rogues that only have access to assault rifles and SMGs, or assault rifles and shotguns, things like that. It would give them that one option where it's like, I want to toggle this to the single fire mode only, and I want it to stay in the single fire mode only, and I want to be able to use that to my advantage. Like, leave the stats and everything the way that it is, but like, give me that ability. I think that would be really, really cool, and I think that would be very interesting. For the KA-30, the Mark IV, and the Riptide, they are receiving hipfire accuracy and ADS accuracy increased. The hipfire accuracy is being reduced, of course, sorry. And I'm interested to see how these morph over time, you know, because like, you basically have 3 weapons, technically 4 if you want to lump the HRM in there. The only discernible factor is fire rate versus damage output. Like, and I'm sure that if you calculate everything up, you're getting a very similar damage output from all 3 weapons if you're able to hit all of your shots. So there's not really an identity that's been created for those weapons specifically, but I'm interested to see like where they stand after this happens, and then where their identity can go from here. With the Nightshade, it makes sense that they are, you know, the jump accuracy penalty is being reduced, and it's getting the 3 fall off ranges. It's being treated like a submachine gun because it is it's a hybrid, you know, AR SMG, similar to how the LMPX is, but more assault rifle-esque, right? So it makes sense. You're going to be more mobile. You're going to be able to get around. You're going to be able to do what you need to do. The ADS accuracy being decreased for the Nightshade makes sense. That way you maintain the integrity of the hip fire for that weapon. So it is going to make it more in line with the SMGs. And then with the Sahara, it's very interesting that the hipfire accuracy is being buffed for that weapon, but the ADS is going to be slightly reduced. And I think that makes sense because the hipfire accuracy for the Sahara right now doesn't feel the greatest by any stretch. The Sahara is a really good weapon, don't get me wrong, but the hipfire for the Sahara just doesn't feel as good as it once did way back in its former glory. I know that they've done a lot of tweaks to the Sahara since it was released into the game, but I think that this might turn it to be that like well-rounded average, you know, weapon. You've got decent hip fire, you've got decent ADS, you've got decent burn potential, you've got good damage output, you got a decent headshot multiplier. So the Sahara may be the well-rounded, you know, kind of Swiss Army, you know, AR if you're going for that. I always thought that the KA kind of slotted into that, and I felt like the KA, especially before they buffed the fire rate for the KA-30, like to me that felt like it was kind of the perfect balance where it does fire a little bit faster, doesn't fire too fast, it's easy to maintain. It just needed a slight bump in damage. Instead of bumping the damage, they just bumped the fire rate, which made it harder to control and everything. I kind of wish that they would retune and readjust that just a little bit, but it seems like the Sahara is taking that's place, and it's going to be a little bit better. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that the AR changes make sense? Are you interested to see how the ARs play out against the SMGs? I'm very interested to see how that plays out, and I do like that some identities are starting to take hold here with the assault rifles. Very interested to see how the assault rifles play compared to the SMGs in matches. I'm super excited to see how that goes. The Nightshade is a very interesting change. The Hydra is a very interesting change. I do see that like some of the more problematic assault rifles that have kind of slotted themselves in as the new quote-unquote meta since the SMG changes happened are getting knocked down way more than some of the other ones. But it's interesting that the KA didn't get more severe adjustments and the Sahara didn't receive the same treatment. In my, you know, like to me those are the go-to too. I know that a lot of people were like, oh, if I want to play assault rifle, or if I want to play SMG, I'll just play the Nightshade and get that same feeling. Well, the Nightshade is going to be more SMG like, so have fun with that now. And then they're like, oh, I'm just going to run the Hydra. Okay, well the Hydra is going to be way different now. So, but that, be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think that these are going to be very interesting changes. Be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Pretty sure they're already rotated. They did.
Yeah, they're not gonna hold it for the last little bit because they want to get the.
Oh my god, dude! Just perfect throws, man. Let me tell you.
Hit one with it.
Over here. Somebody's in there.
Yeah, they're spawning over there. Sticker dropped
Out
out.
the window. No, no, they're all over here. They're all over. Every one of them.
Fuck.
As long as we can keep them from getting points, we're good.
That Seeker respawns so fast.
Like he's always on point, huh?
Hill control.
He's already moving.
One going through house.
On the site. Ran through the poison.
Dude, I don't know how he's doing that shit. Motherfucker.
That was a good snipe.
Thank you.
Lethal out.
He just starts rotating over. They're starting to rotate.
They're running.
The
up
Seeker's
back.
going behind us.
No, he's rotating back now.
Saint is at the same spot over here that he was. He's right here, dude. He's gonna hold this spot up top. He's rotating right now.
Damn, fucking. Oh my god, claymores.
Yeah, shoot at me so it makes me faster. That's the ticket. They're already
They are, two are trying to rotate already.
Saints.
They're not getting any more points. I don't give a fuck.
right here on this corner, Garbo. Back.
Lethal out. I got your back.
Oh, I'm dead. Dude, no! I
She's
held the
cool.
point as long as I could. They're on their way.
He's pushing your way.
Gotta hold the side. We gotta hold it and flip it.
He's
come.
gonna heal her. He's healing Dahlia.
Hill control.
We're here like shit.
On top of me.
This is the last point.
Yeah. On me. I'm holding it as long as I can. They're trying to thirst me. They're thirsting me.
Two in
Down that
there.
bitch with it.
We're on the point.
He's right here. There's two on backside.
Fuck.
Saint is slimy as shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was in a barrel roll. Oh my god.
Up top.
Hold it.
Shit.
We have to hold it.
He's one shot.
Downed her.
Nice work, team.
Oh, yeah.
Get some. Useless.
I gave him the suck it even.
Get
Well, they down me
some. That felt good. Old Big Daddy C coming in hard. You know?
Dropping the cannon.
I've never seen a Saint play like that.
Yeah, dude.
That was slimy, dude.
That motherfucker.
He would wait for you to pass that cover and then he'd pop out and you're like, motherfucker, dude.
Like, he would wait until you were past the cover he was behind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's crazy, dude.